Okie dokie. Let's start the playlist in 3, 2, 1. And then, no. There we go. Okay, let's start laying on our backs. And if you have your yoga blocks or something that resembles a yoga block, you can bring it to the side. Uh-oh, I just had a thing that said, your internet is unstable. I'm going to close down everything that I can close down, and fingers crossed. If anything, we can always go to, like, FaceTime, which actually might not even be better, but okay. I'll pin my video. Okay, great. All right. So let's start laying on our backs. If your back is feeling a little tight today and you want to slide your block or your pseudo block underneath your knees to help release your back, you're welcome to. You can also bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide if you'd like. And let's start by putting our hands on our stomach. Just take a moment to find some stillness and breathe into your hands. Big belly breaths as you inhale and exhale. Feel your belly expand and then collapse back down. So today we are going to be focusing on our solar plexus chakra, which is the third chakra from the very bottom. And it's right around where your hands are, right around your stomach, your abs. And the solar plexus chakra is known as our energy center. The fire within us that helps create transformation. It helps move us on to the next action. It also governs the digestive system. It also has to do with your personal power, including your confidence, your self-esteem. Oftentimes the ego is connected to the solar plexus chakra. Sometimes when we're out of balance, our ego will creep in a little bit. So throughout our practice today, if we're doing a certain pose that feels like your ego is telling you to push or dig deeper or try the quote-unquote harder variation, try to not listen to your egos. Just listen to your body and listen to your breath. And start to connect to your ujjayi breath. Your inhale and exhale through your nose. And let your ujjayi breath be your guidance through your practice. If you notice your mind starts to wander or your ego creeps in, as soon as you notice thoughts that are unwanted or actions that are unwanted, let go and tune back to your breath. When you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed, relax your arms down by your side, and pull your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Gently rock from side to side. If you want to shake your head no, you can. If you want to circle your knees wide and then back together again, so loosen up your hips, you can. can. Just listen to how your body feels, listen to what you need. And then when you're ready, relax your arms down by your side. Bring your legs into a reverse tabletop position. Flex your feet. You can keep your eyes closed or you can slowly blink your eyes open. That's up to you. So in your reverse tabletop position, pull your belly button in to compress your low back, your lumbar spine against your mat. Now touch your hands to your thighs and start to push your thighs and your hands in towards one another like you're playing tug of war with your arms and legs. And right away you'll feel your core fire up. Now keep pressing into your left hand. Extend your right leg so your heel touches your mat. And then exhale, bring your right leg back. Immediately push into your hand and your leg, lower your left leg down. Exhale, pull your leg back in. Inhale, lower your right. And exhale in. Inhale, lower your left. And exhale in. Go a few more times just like this on your own. Make sure your low back stays glued to your mat. And when you extend your leg, the extension comes from your hip rather than your knee. So make sure you're pushing your thigh away and then pulling your thigh back in. As soon as your leg and hand makes contact, right away start to push your hand and your thigh against one another. Let's go one more time with the right. And one more time with the left. And then slowly release, hug your knees in towards your chest. Gentle rock from side to side. Maybe you want to shake your head no. And then when you're ready, bring your arms out towards the side in a T position. If you don't have room to bring your arms straight, you can bend your elbows like goalposts. Squeeze your inner thighs, flex your feet. Inhale, drop your knees to your left as you take your gaze towards your right. Exhale back to center. Inhale to your right, drop your knees to your right, look to your left. Exhale, center. Inhale, drop your knees to your left, look to your right. Exhale, center. And go 2 more full breaths on your own, dropping your knees and turning your gaze to the side. And keep your inner thighs glued together. And use your core to do the work. Sometimes we focus more on the lift of our legs and we kind of pull our legs apart and then let the other leg follow. Really squeeze your inner thighs together. Imagine you have like a mermaid tail, so you cannot pull your legs apart. And then when you're done with your 2 breaths, once again you can hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your hamstrings. Curl yourself up into a nice tight ball. Start to rock and roll the length of your mat. A little massage against your spine. And then when you're ready, come all the way forward. Push your hands forward into your tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Relax the tops of your feet onto your mat. Inhale, cow pose. Press your shoulders down. Look up. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your tailbone. Press your hands down. Let your head relax. Inhale, cow pose. Open up your chest. Exhale, cat pose. Round your spine. Good. This time, inhale, cow pose. Tuck your toes and look up. Exhale, hover cat. Round your spine. Hover your knees off of your mat. Pause here and breathe. Pull your knees towards your wrists. Press your hands into your mat. Round your upper spine. Hold and breathe for 3. Good. Really get a little bit more extension or flexion in your lumbar spine. 2. And one more time. Drop your knees down. Inhale, cow pose. Open up your heart. Exhale, cat pose. Curve your spine. Hover your knees off of your mat. Let your head hang heavy. Stay here and breathe. As you hover your knees off of your mat, see if you can pull your knees closer towards your wrists by scooping your lower abdominals under even more. Hold for 4. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Release the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, thread the needle, bring your right arm underneath your left. Allow your left palm to press into your mat to help you twist up towards the ceiling. With each inhale, find a little bit more extension of your spine and push your tailbone back behind you. With each exhale, you can push into your left hand to help you twist and look up towards the ceiling even more. If you want to reach your left arm behind you to open up your chest, or rotate your hand on your spine, or maybe even wiggle your fingers around to your inner thigh, you can. Whatever feels most comfortable and most appropriate for you and your spine. We'll stay for one more inhale. And then one more exhale, slowly unwind. Come back into your neutral tabletop position. Pause for one breath. Just notice how your spine feels. And then when you're ready, your left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, thread the needle. Reach your left hand underneath your right. With each inhale, find more extension through your tailbone. And with each exhale, twist to look up towards the ceiling, just a little bit deeper. Imagine you can push your shoulders back behind you, against the wall behind you. And if you want to reach your right arm back to open up your chest, or place the back of your hand on the small of your back, maybe even wiggle your fingers around to your inner thigh, whatever feels comfortable for you. Try to do the same option you did on the first side on this side. Hold for one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind. Good. Inhale, step your right foot back. Exhale, plank pose, step your left foot back. Spread your fingers wide. Grip your fingertips into your mat. Really puff your shoulders up towards the ceiling so you engage the backs of your shoulders. Pull your belly button in. Breathe here and hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, you can. If you want to bend your knees one at a time, you can. Just lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Really press your hands into your mat. And push your tailbone back behind you. Find a lot of extension in your spine. Carefully don't find too much extension and you arch your ribs down. You arch your spine and push your ribs down. Pull your ribs towards one another. You might feel like you're rounding your upper spine. But if you can zip your ribs together and continue to push your tailbone back, you'll have a more straight spine. One more inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, slowly walk your feet all the way forward to the tops of your mat into your forward folds. If you have your block, you can use your block underneath your hands. You can also let your arms dangle like empty coat sleeves. You can hold on to the outsides of your elbows. You can interlace your fingers for a chest expansion, whatever feels comfortable for you. Pour a little bit more weight into your toes rather than your heels. That way you're not hyperextending in your hamstrings. One more inhale. And then exhale, release your bind, bend your knees, look at your belly button, slowly roll up, articulate your spine. Nice and smooth and controlled. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms high. Exhale, Samasthiti, bring your hands to heart center. Pause here and breathe. Feel the warmth in between your palms. Feel your feet anchored down into your mat. Just take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's letting go of your ego. Maybe it's connecting your breath and your body. Maybe it's simply connecting more into your solar plexus chakra. We'll seal our intention with a breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Slowly blink your eyes open. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift your tailbone as you pull your chest forward and down. Inhale, bend your left knee. Tent up your left fingertips. Exhale, side bend. Reach your right arm over and open to the side. If you want to place your elbow on your knee or place your left hand on your block, you're more than welcome to. One more inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your right knee, tent up your right fingertips. Exhale, open arm, fold. Reach your left arm up. And again, same thing, you can place your elbow on your knee, or if you have a block, you can place your hand on your block, whatever feels comfortable for you. One more inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in your spine, press your shoulders down. Exhale, plank pose. Step your feet back, one and then the other. Inhale, pull your shoulders forward. Exhale, slowly lower your stomach all the way onto your mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind you, and then pull your chest forward for your cobra pose with chest expansion. Scoop your tailbone under, find a lot of length in your lumbar spine. Keep your toenails heavy on your mat, and use your back muscles to lift your chest just a little bit more. Careful that you don't arch in your low back. Keep your tailbone tucked under. Also careful you're not straining your neck and you're pulling your chin forward. Drop your chin down and take your gaze over your nose. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. We'll do that same flow once more, just a little faster. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, look at your belly button. Exhale, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, mountain pose, press your heels down. Exhale, forward fold, soften in your knees as you reach over. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, open arm twist, right arm reaches. Inhale, switch, bend your right knee. Exhale, left arm lifts. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, stay. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Step your feet back. Inhale, pull your shoulders forward. Exhale, slowly lower your stomach all the way down. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, cobra pose with chest expansion. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for 2 full breaths. Any variations that you would like to do, you're welcome to. Good. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift to reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Set up for chair pose. Bring your toes to touch and leave just a sliver of space between your heels. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Pause here and take 2 full breaths. Each inhale, I want you to press your hips a little farther back behind you. With each exhale, pull your thumbs a little farther back to open up your chest a little bit more. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, press your palms together. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. So bring your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. If you're not ready to fully touch your knee to your elbow, that's okay. Use your core to twist as much as you can. One more inhale. And then exhale right away over to the other side. Right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Keep pressing your palms together. Take a peek down at your knees. Make sure your knees still track right over your toes. Sometimes when we're twisting, our one knee likes to pull over. One more inhale. And then exhale right away into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk, step, or jump into your chaturanga. Option to step back and lower down, or jump straight into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pause here for 2 breaths. Press down into your palms to lift your chest forward. Lift your knees and thighs off of your mat. Make sure the tops of your feet press down. One more inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Curve and round your spine. Press your hands into your mat. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Pull your knees and twist over to the side. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your knee towards your chest and step your right foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Crescent moon. Drop your left knee down and reach your arms high. So oftentimes in crescent moon, I really focus on tucking your tailbone under and keeping your spine nice and long. I still want you to focus on keeping your tailbone tucked under, but I do want you to find just a little bit of a back bend here. A little bit of a back bend means that we're not dumping in our pelvis and just pressing our hips forward. We're still maintaining the tuck of our pelvis, but we're lifting, your chest goes up and back. My favorite analogy, and envision a beach ball behind you that you want to lift up and over onto. One more inhale. And then exhale, low lunge. Plant your hands down. Lift your left knee off of your mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms high. Exhale, stay here and breathe. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Press your left heel back behind you. Relax your shoulders down. Zip your belly button in towards your spine. That will help you tuck your pelvis under a little bit more. Good. Inhale your hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to your right. Now you have the option to stay upright and pull your right ribs back behind you as if you're wringing out your spine like a washcloth. If you feel like your spine is ready for it, you can reach your left elbow right away to the outside of your right knee. So it would look like this from the front, your choice. If you're going for the full prayer twist, really press your palms together. Sometimes we can put a little bit too much tension in our shoulders, tension that's not needed. Your choice. And if you're staying upright, really focus on hips being square, and with each exhale, wringing out your spine. One more inhale. And then exhale right away into your warrior two. Spin your left foot down. Reach your arms forward and back. Press all four corners of your feet down into your mat. Use your inner thigh to make sure your right knee tracks directly over your ankle. Relax your shoulders. Spread your arms nice and wide. Reach your fingers away from one another. Sometimes we just place our arms and we don't think about focusing on reaching our arms nice and long. Inhale, reverse warrior. Push your hips to the front of your mat as you reach your right arm up and over to the back of your mat. Squeeze your glutes to press your pelvis forward in space, the same direction your belly button is facing. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten through both legs and reach your arms to 12 and 6. So now the block comes into play. There's 3 different heights of your block, so you can use your block if you would like. You can also place your hand just on your shin. You can also let your fingertips touch your mat, whatever feels comfortable for you. Sometimes in triangle pose, we focus on how low our chest can go, but then sometimes our hips go back behind us. So make sure you're squeezing your glutes and pressing your pelvis forward and making sure it's like you're in between a very narrow hallway. We don't want your butt to be sticking back behind you, and you don't want your ribs to be arching forward. Find an external rotation from the very top of your thigh, your right thigh. Good. Inhale, reverse triangle. Press your hips back behind you and reach your right arm all the way over. Squeeze your glutes to press your pelvis forward. Same thing you found in your reverse warrior. One more inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down. Turn your left toes forward. So if you want to hold on to your block or blocks, you can place your hands underneath or on top of your blocks. Press your right hip back. Make sure your hips are square. And elongate your chest forward. So press your shoulders down your back. I like to think of doing a halfway lift here. Reach your chest forward as you press your tailbone back behind you. If it feels a little too tight for your hamstrings, you can either shorten your stance or just have a slight bend in your front knee. my advanced yogis, really push your tailbone back behind you like you're arching your spine for cow pose, and then you'll feel an even deeper stretch in the very top of your hamstrings. One more inhale. And then exhale, plank pose, step your left or your right foot back, option to move through your flow or straight to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose, round your spine, pull your belly button in. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, twist over. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Drop your right knee down and reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Same thing as you found before. Maintain the tug of your pelvis. See if you can give just a little bit of arch to your spine. Just like a little baby back bend. Keep maintaining the tuck of your pelvis. Try not to lean too far forward that you forget about your pelvis. Gentle squeeze of your glutes. Pull your chest away from your tailbone. Good, one more inhale. And then exhale, low lunge. Lift your right knee off of your mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Stay here and breathe. Press your right heel back behind you as you tuck your pelvis under. Drop your ribs down as you stack your fingers right over your shoulders. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, your choice. Twist and stay upright, or bring your right elbow forward onto the outside of your left knee. Wherever you choose to be, continue to press your palms in towards one another. If you're choosing to bring your elbow on the outside into your full prayer twist, remember you want to relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you're staying upright, really focus on twisting your left ribs back without twisting in your hips. Sometimes we want to twist too much, but our hips come with us. Really focus on just your left ribs going back behind you. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your right foot down. Cartwheel your hands open. Pause here and breathe. Again, all four corners of your feet press down. Pull your thighs away from one another. Press your pelvis forward. Send energy throughout your arms forward and back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Shift your hips forward as you reach your left arm back behind you. Relax in your shoulders. Careful not to put too much pressure on your with your right hand. We don't want to crank our knee forward. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose, triangle pose. Cartwheel your hands to 12 and 6 as you reach your chest forward. You can use your block if that feels appropriate for you, or your pseudo block. Squeeze your left glute to press your hips forward in space. Your shoulders, ribs, and hips do all of the work, twist to stack right on top. Use your obliques to help lift up. Good. Imagine you can pull your collarbones farther forward away from your right heel. Inhale, reverse triangle. Keep your legs straight as you press your hips forward and reach your left arm back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down. Turn your right toes forward. And you can use both blocks or whatever you have if you have a hard time touching your mat. You can also tent up your fingertips, or if you need to bend your knees and hold on to the front of your shin, you can. Remember, you can soften your knees or shorten your stance if need be as well. Take a peek down at your toes. Make sure all 10 toes point forward. Sometimes we like to narrow our stance, so instead of standing on a tightrope, widen your stance so that your feet are right in line with your hips, parallel towards one another like train tracks. Find a long spine. One more inhale. And then exhale, plank pose. Soften in your front knee, step back. Option to move through your flow, or straight to downward facing dog. Good. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. We'll flow through that same thing, breath to movement, to create a little bit more fire and heat within our bodies. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your toes to touch. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Maybe you let your elbow touch your knee, maybe not. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Walk, step, or jump into your chaturanga. Remember, if you're jumping, you want to end with bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine like a cat pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, twist over. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon, drop your knee down, have a slight baby back bend. Exhale, low lunge, lift your left knee up. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist as you wish, staying upright or elbow to your knee. Pause for your inhale. Exhale, warrior two, spin your left foot down. Inhale, reverse warrior, push your right knee forward. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten through both legs. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, pyramid pose, cartwheel your hands down. All 10 toes point forward. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, plank pose, bend your front knee, step back. Option to move through your flow. You can skip your flow and go straight to downward facing dog if you want. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, around your spine. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Drop your right knee down. Option for a little baby back bend. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Your choice to stay upright or elbow on your knee. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your right foot down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Shift your hips forward to reach your left arm back. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten through both legs. Find a length in your spine. Inhale, reverse triangle. Shift your hips forward. Exhale, pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down. Turn all 10 toes forward. Let your head relax. Stay for your inhale. And then exhale, low lunge. Option to move through your flow, plank pose. Option to move through your flow or straight to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, plank pose, shift forward. Exhale, drop down onto your knees and have a seat on your heels. Before we go again, if you have a block or if you something that you would like to sit on, if your hips or ankles feel a little tight, you can always sit on that. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of Kapalabhati breath. Kapalabhati breath is also known as breath of fire. So you'll inhale through your nose and you'll do strong exhales through your mouth, engaging your core. So I'm just going to come a little closer. So I'll do one round to show, and then we'll do it all together. So we'll inhale, and then it'll be strong exhales. You're exhaling through your nose as you're engaging your core, so there's a lot of forceful exhale. In between, we'll do one ujjayi breath, so we'll do one inhale through your nose, a soft exhale through your nose, and then we'll go all together. I will tell you snot might be flying. Who knows? Let's go for it. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose, soft. One more, inhale through your nose. Kalabati breath, here we go. 6, 7, 8, oh, I counted wrong, and release. I was counting up and I meant to count down. Let's do one round of Ujjayi breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Now we're doing 7 Kalabati breaths. Here we go. Inhale through your nose. Here we go. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. You guessed it. We're going 8. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any air out. Exhale. Inhale. Ujjayi breath. Exhale. And go 2 more rounds on your own. See how many breaths you can get. Maybe it's 9, maybe it's 8, maybe it's 6. It's okay. Just as many sharp exhales as you can. 2 more Kalabati breaths on your own. And when you're done with your 2 rounds, just breathe naturally. Notice how maybe that's stirred up a little bit more energy. And then when you're ready, you can shift back into your downward facing dog. Just take a couple of rounds of your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, forward, fold, walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your toes to touch, leave a sliver of space between your heels. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Bring your hands to touch your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. All right, pause here and take a few breaths. So if you have your elbow on your knee, if you would like to transition into your side crow, you'll keep your legs where they are, you'll plant your hands down, and then you'll shift, either staying upright and letting your hips lift off, or you can lower and drop your hip down to your knee, your elbow, and then you'll shift forward. If you want. If you feel like that's too much, don't worry about it. There's no stress. Just stay in your twist and enjoy. Nice. Good. Just for a couple of breaths. And then sometimes it can get a little messy, but however you want to get back into your twisted chair pose. And then we'll do inhale, chair pose, reach your arms high, just a little reset. Exhale, prayer twist. Left, right elbow on the outside of your left knee, palms pressed together. Option to stay here, or option to go into your side crow. You can plant your hands down, squeeze your inner thighs together, shift forward, and then you can float your legs off if you choose. No pressure. Nice. Yes, nice, Erin. Yes, awesome. Good. That's it, Katrina. Whenever you're ready, you can transition back into your twisted chair. Good. Inhale, chair pose, both arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head relax. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. However you want to get there, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee towards your nose, curve and round your spine. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee towards your left elbow, twist over. Stay here. Inhale, extend your right leg so that the pinky edge side of your foot drops down. And then you're going to twist your right arm open, your left arm open. So you're in kind of a side plank. Shift your hips nice and high. Relax your shoulders down. Good. So you're on the pinky toe side of your right foot and the big toe side of your left foot. Lift your hips nice and high. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind back into your three-legged down dog. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Hold it here. Woo. And then exhale, transition into your little twist here. So you're going to bring your left hand down to your left thigh, and then you're going to reach your right arm back behind you. Oh, I'm sorry, I said the wrong arm. So your right arm is going to reach behind to your left leg, and then your left arm is going to reach up and over. So this is called your exalted warrior. A little bit of a different variation because we have our knee down. Maintain the tuck of your pelvis, find length in your spine. There's a little bit of twist happening, but focus on lifting your chest nice and tall. Good, one more inhale. And then exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. You can keep your chest upright. You can also drop your elbow down. Maybe try dropping your elbow down if you haven't yet. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel your left hand, your left foot down, reach your arms open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Push your right knee forward. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten through both legs. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down. Pause here and breathe. Good. So if you don't have your block under close by, grab your block. I recommend trying your block just to start, and then if you want to, quote unquote, take the training wheels off, you can. Bring your block underneath your left hand. Keep your hips nice and square. Remember, your feet are parallel towards one another, not on a tightrope. They're right underneath your hips. Now keep your hips square. I'll face the front. Bring your right hand onto your hip. Right hand onto your right hip. Now keep your hips square and twist your chest open to the side. Make sure that your hips don't twist to the right or to the left. You want them to stay nice and square. You can use your hand against your hip to help lengthen. And then if you want to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling to get a little bit of a deeper twist in your upper body, you can. So it can be a pretty intense stretch for the outside of our right thigh, kind of like where we call the IT band. So if it feels really intense, remember you can place your hand on your hip. You can also find a soft bend in your knee, or maybe bring your feet in a little bit closer. If you have a yoga block or something that has different heights, maybe try a slightly different height, a more elevated position. Good, you're going to hold for one more full breath. And exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. Option to move through your flow, flush that out, and then back into your downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Hold it here. Inhale, extend your left leg long to gently place your left foot down. And then twist into your side plank variation. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips just a little bit higher. So you're really firing into your left obliques. Good. Turn the big toe side of the right foot down. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind back into your three-legged dog. Inhale, stay here. And exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Drop your right knee down, extend your arms high. Exhale, exalted warrior. So now your left hand reaches behind to your right thigh or your right hamstring, and then your right arm reaches up and over. The tendency is we want to dump forward. Remember, you still want to maintain the tug of your pelvis. It'll probably lessen a little bit, and that's okay, but keep the integrity of trying to lift up in your lower abdominals, trying not to dump pressure into your lumbar spine. Find length in your chest. One more inhale. And then exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, prayer twist. Option to bring your elbow down onto your knee. Stay for your inhale. And then exhale, warrior two. Spin your right foot down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, triangle. Straighten both legs. Press your pelvis forward in space. Don't let your butt stick out behind you. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, pyramid pose. Cartwheel your hands down. Good. Now take your block underneath your right hand. Just to start, even though you know where you're going, let's just go slowly into it. Place your left hand on your hip. Face the front. Left hand on your hip. Twist open towards the side, making sure your hips stay square. Keep weight even in both feet, and then from there, if you want to extend your left arm up towards the ceiling, you're welcome to. Find length in your spine. So when we were doing our regular pyramid pose, I talked about finding a nice long spine, almost like you're doing a halfway lift. See if you can keep that same integrity of your spine. And of course, if you want to make it harder, let go of your block. If you want to make it easier, prop up or shorten your stance. Keep your left hip pulling back. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly step back. Option to move through your flow, flush it out, or straight to your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Let your head relax. Inhale, halfway lift to reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, single leg mountain, shift your weight to your right foot. Pull your left knee in towards your chest, reach your arms high. Exhale, interlace your fingers around your left shin and pull your knee in towards your chest. Stay here and take a few breaths. I'm going to turn to face the front. So your left hip drops down. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Really let your arms do a lot of the work here. And see if you can relax your tailbone. So relax your tailbone down. Careful though that you don't tuck under. Just try and soften in your hips and really let your arms do the work. From here you have a couple of options. You can continue to hold on to your left knee with your right hand and then reach your left arm back behind you. So you'd be going this way. You can also take your right hand and hold on to the outside of your shin. You can also reach down towards your foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. So we're getting a twist, keeping our spine nice and long. It's easy to want to bend your knee and kind of like lean back and round your spine. Keep your spine nice and lifted. Imagine there's a string on the back of your neck and it's pulling you up towards the ceiling. Keep spreading and pushing down into your right foot. Soften your left hip down. Good. Stay here for one more inhale. And then one more exhale. Slowly release and step all the way back into your low lunge. Good. So we're going to play a little round of twister. So your right foot is forward and your left leg is back. You're going to sit your left knee on the outside of your right foot. So you're going to twist your left knee on the outside of your right foot. I'm going to turn around and face the front in just a second. But you're going to sit onto your butt and sit up nice and tall. So now you're facing kind of the side of your mat. So sit up nice and tall. Make sure your hips can be flat to your mat. Sometimes the foot that's tucked under you want to like sit on your hip, or excuse me, your heel, so slide your heel out. From here, you can wrap this would be your left arm, is going to go around your shin or your knee to twist to look over your shoulder. You can also just stay facing forward and hugging your knee in. It's okay if you're on the second side, we'll do both sides. Just remember what leg is on top. Relax your shoulders down. Press your tailbone down. Reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Keep a long spine to keep the twist. So I mentioned before, like imagine your spine is like a washcloth and you're just wringing out the toxins. When we do twists like this, I like to imagine that my spine is like a garden hose. If I have any kinks or curvature in my spine, I can't allow, the energy won't flow all the way up my spine. So I need to have a long spine, and I imagine that garden hose image. If there's any kinks in the garden hose, the water won't come out. Same thing, if there's any kinks or curvatures in your spine, the energy won't be able to flow up and down your spine. So maybe you need to back off the twist a little bit to find the length in your spine. That's okay. I'm going to hold for one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind. You're going to bring your hands down to your mat and then untwist back into your lunge. And then you'll step back into your downward facing dog. Find length in your spine, lengthen your legs. Inhale, soften both knees, look forward. Exhale, walk stepward, lightly hop to the top of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, single leg mountain, this time shift to your left and slowly pull your right knee all the way up, extending your arms. Exhale, interlace your fingers, pull your right knee in towards your chest, stay here and breathe. So your left leg might feel a little tired because we were just working it, and that's okay. So then from here, if you want to hold on to your shin and twist your right arm behind you, if you want to extend your leg, hold onto your shin or your foot, you can, to reach back behind you. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I'll go this way. Make sure your right hip is falling down, pressing down into your left leg. If you can turn your gaze back behind you, great. If you want to keep your gaze straight to the side, you can. I forgot to say this on the first side, but you can totally have a bend to your knee if that's what you need to do to get to your foot, totally fine. Just make sure there's not a bend in your bottom knee. Keep pressing down. Lift in your lower abdominals. Think of that same garden hose image. Now the garden hose starts from your heel all the way up to the crown of your head. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release, stepping all the way back. Ooh, I fell over. All the way back into your lunge. Now for twister, inhale. Step your right knee, or whatever leg is back, on the outside of your front leg. And then you're going to twist all the way over. So your right arm reaches around your left to twist to look over your shoulder. I'll switch sides. That helps. Sitting up nice and tall. Squeezing in your lower abdominals just a little bit to help find a little bit more length in your spine. Make sure you're not sitting on your heel, so you might need to wiggle your bottom heel away so that both hip bones can point down. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind back into your lunge. One last downward facing dog. If you're feeling like you'd like one more flow just to flush out the energy, you're welcome to, or you can stay in your downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, shift forward. Exhale, drop down onto your knees and come up to a tall kneeling position. So we're going to transition into camel pose. So we've been doing some supported back bends where we're really engaging our abdominals. Same thing here. So sometimes when we come into camel pose, we want to just dump our hips forward, but you want to maintain that tuck of your pelvis. So right away, tuck your pelvis under. Now bring your hands to the small of your back so your fingers face down. Now from here, you can really press your pelvis down. You can really push your hands into your pelvis. Start to lift your chest up and back. Pinch your elbows together. Keep your lower abdominals lifted. You can let your head fall back behind you as well. From here, if you want to reach your hands down to your heels, you can. If you need a little in-between step, tuck your toes to lift your heels just a little bit higher. Keep supporting your lumbar spine by tucking your pelvis. Pinching your arms or your shoulders together. You can just let your head fall back. Squeeze your glutes to help protect your low back as well. Stay for one more full breath. And exhale. If your hands are on your heels, bring your hands to your low back. Slowly push yourself up. Stack your head. Close your eyes and sit onto your heels, your palms face down, so you can ground some energy down. That can really elevate our heart rate. Focus on your ujjayi breath to help slow your heart rate down. So we're going to have the option to do that again. If you felt like that was just a little too intense for your spine, you can come into a locust pose, which is very similar. I'll just demo real fast. If you know you want to do camel again, you can go ahead and get yourself into camel. Locust pose, you're on your stomach. Your hands are facing down. You'll tuck your tailbone under, and then you'll lift your hands and your legs off of your mat. You can also interlace your fingers and reach your chest back behind you, just like we found in our first sun salutation. So whatever feels comfortable for you. If you're in camel pose, take 2 more breaths. If you're laying on your stomach in locust pose, take 2 more breaths. See if you can find more length in your spine, whatever variation you're in. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, camel pose, slowly come up to sit on your heels. Locust pose, you can lay on your stomach, maybe cross your hands. And if you're in locust pose, you can push yourself up. Camel pose, just shift your hips towards the side and swing your legs in front. Good. Take your blocks or block or pseudo block by your side. You might need that in a moment. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach your fingers forward. Exhale, slowly contract and roll all the way down onto your stomach, onto your back, using your stomach. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Gentle rock from side to side. Maybe you want a couple of exhales through your mouth to help expel a little bit more heat and energy out of your body. So go ahead and bring your feet flat onto your mat. You have the option to do supported bridge lift. If you want to lift your hips up and slide your block or whatever that is underneath your tailbone, you're welcome to do so. If you don't have a block or you feel like you want to be a little less passive and you want to be a little bit more active, you can definitely go into full bridge pose, interlacing your fingers and reaching your knuckles down towards your heels. If you have a block or a certain prop that has different heights, you can play around with the different heights of your block or whatever you have. And you want to find a natural tuck of your pelvis, so careful that your prop isn't too high up that you're arching your tailbone. You might need to slide your block a little closer towards your heels so you can find the natural tuck of your pelvis. And if you're in your supported bridge, your passive bridge, you can relax your arms down by your side. And just take a couple of breaths here. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Release your spine. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Once again, curl yourself up into a nice tight ball. Maybe a little rock from side to side. You can move your shoulders down. If you want to transition into a happy baby, you can take your peace fingers around your toe or hold on to the inside or the outside of your feet. Make sure your tailbone firmly presses down in your happy baby. Then I'll give you another 30 to 60 seconds on your own. We did plenty of twisting today, so I'm not going to guide you through any supine twisting. But if you feel like your body needs it, maybe just like we did in the beginning, you want to drop both knees to the side and look away from your knees, you're welcome to, or any kind of twist that you would like to do. When you feel like your practice is complete, we're going to end in Shavasana. Again, you have the option to place your block or blocks or whatever you have underneath your knees to help support your back. You can also bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide into Supta Baddha Konasana, or just lay flat. And whenever you get there, go ahead and place your hands on your belly, just like you did in the beginning. Breathe into your hands. Take a moment to notice your body and notice your breath. Remember how it felt in the beginning of your practice, and notice how you feel now. And send your focus and your energy towards your palms, towards your stomach, towards where your solar plexus chakra is, right and around your abs and your stomach. And the color for your solar plexus chakra is yellow. So with your eyes closed, imagine the color yellow. And if you can't see any color, imagine an object that is yellow. Maybe a lemon, maybe your favorite shirt, maybe the shirt you're wearing. And again, your solar plexus chakra is all about empowerment, energizing, control. When you feel like your chakra is in balance, you can both give and receive energy without feeling depleted. You embody integrity and authenticity. There's non-attachment, so your ego isn't involved. You feel like you're in control of your life without being attached to any specific outcome. And you are strong in your sense of self. Take a few moments here on your own to tune into your chakra. Envision the color yellow, sending positive energy to your solar plexus chakra, and I'll tell you when it's time to come out. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. You can release your hands from your stomach. Maybe simply relax your arms down by your side. If it feels comfortable, you can reach your arms gently overhead. Maybe extend your legs if your knees were bent. Slowly take some time to wake yourself up. And let the energy drain from your solar plexus chakra out into your body. Take your time. When you're ready, roll towards one side. Let your arm be your pillow. Take your time. When you're ready, use the strength of your arms to slowly push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms to touch, your thumbs rest on your breastbone. Take a moment to pause and notice how you feel. Feel the warmth in between your palms. Feel your tailbone anchored down. And bring your thumbs to your third eye, the pocket of energy found right in between your eyebrows. Thank yourself for making it to your mat to work on your mind, your body, and your spirit. Bow forward, thank yourself. Thank the teacher in front of you and the teacher within you. The light in me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis.